If you would please repeat. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So I'd like to read and comment to you certain aspects on this personality known as Shiva. The word Shiva means auspicious. So first, I'd like to read to you an excerpt from the Ramayana. And this little excerpt will help you to understand the strength of Lord Shiva. So here we go. The demon Ravana and his Rakshasa followers spent some time in the Himalaya mountains wreaking havoc amongst the many ascetics living there. Gradually, they approached the far northern region where lay Mount Kailas, the abode of Shiva. As the Pushpaka airplane began crossing that mountain, it was suddenly brought to a halt. Demon Ravana was surprised, and he descended to the ground, surrounded by his ministers, who accompanied him on the chariot. As Ravana gazed around at the brilliant scenery on the mountainside, he saw a strange being with a monkey's head. The creature appeared dreadful, with a dark yellowish complexion and misshapen feature. Although his body was large, he had a dwarfish stature. He was clean-shaven and muscular, and stood holding a large, glowing pike. And as he gazed at Ravana, the demon called out to him, "Who are you? Where is this region? Why have I been impeded? I am the servant of Shiva. You have arrived at Shiva's abode, which is inaccessible to all created beings. O Ravan, you will not be able to pass this mountain. Therefore, turn back and go the way you have come." Ravan looked at this strange being and laughed out loud, speaking in a derisory voice. "Why should I heed you, O monkey-faced one? Who is this Shiva anyway?" Hearing his master insulted, only infuriated, and raising his pike, which shot forth tongues of fire, he exclaimed, "O Rakshasa, I should kill you at once, but I will not do so, as you already stand killed by your own sins. But I say this, just as you disregard me in my monkey form, there shall be born on earth many monkeys of terrible strength who will annihilate your race." And that actually came true. Because when Ravana was attacked by Ram, who was his army? Was the monkey army headed by Sugriva and Hanuman. So there were several curses that were predicted that would show how Ravana would meet his end. So this was one of them. As the servant of Lord Shiva spoke, the sound of heavenly drums reverberated in the sky, and a shower of flowers fell. Ravana's eyes flamed up in anger, but disregarding the curse, he roared, "I shall remove this hill from my path. What do I care for you and your master?" The Rakshasa immediately plunged his 20 massive arms deep into the side of the hill. Ravana began tearing it up and slowly rising it above the earth, shaking violently. As the hill shook, Shiva's consort, Parvati, slipped from her position, clinging to her husband. But Shiva reassured her, "Do not be afraid, for this is the action of that vain demon Ravana. I shall deal with him shortly. He cannot harm you." Parvati's eyes turned red as she replied to her powerful husband, "As this wretch has frightened a woman by his violence, his death shall also be caused by a woman." Who is that woman? Sita. Everybody say Sita. Sita. So, two curses here in this one episode to seal Ravana's doom. Lord Shiva stood up and pressed down upon the hill simply with his toe. Ravana at once felt an unbearable pressure. His arms, which resembled huge pillars holding the hill, were crushed. Ravana let out a tremendous cry that resounded throughout the three worlds, heaven, earth, and hell. This sound terrified all beings. Ravana was trapped by the weight of the mountain and could not move. The Rakshasa's ministers at once surrounded him and advised Ravana to appease Lord Shiva. "O Master, we have heard that all-powerful Shiva is easily pleased. Offer him prayers and seek his compassion at once. Surely the Lord will be gracious to you." So Lord Shiva has a name, which means he's easily pleased and easily displeased. Who knows? Everybody say, Ashutosh. Ravana, who had made a study of all the scriptures, just see, even a demon studies our scriptures. What's your excuse? If Ravana can study all the scriptures, we should at least know Bhagavad Gita. The conclusion of Bhagavad Gita is what?
Surrender to Krishna.
Surrender to Krishna. Hari Bol. Very nice. You have passed your Bhagavad Gita exam. Let's give him a Hari Bol. Let's give him. I think it's time. Wait. Yes, if you don't mind. Thank you.
I like it.
Yes, I like you. All right. So you get the bell. Ravana, who had made a study of all scriptures, began reciting hymns from the Samaveda in glorification of Lord Shiva. Wow, this is not some ordinary demon. He knows the hymns of the Samaveda. But even after 100 years passed, Ravana still remained trapped. Although in great pain, Ravana continued offering prayers to Lord Shiva. And finally, Shiva relented and relieved Ravana of the pressure. Lord Shiva appeared before the demon and spoke kindly. "O 10-headed one, your prayers have at last pleased me. But do not be so rash again. Leave now and go wherever you like." Ravana bowed to Lord Shiva, who stood holding his famous trident. The crescent moon shone from Lord Shiva's head, and a large serpent was coiled around his bluish-colored neck. Shiva gazed at Ravana with his three eyes as the demon folded his palms to address him. "My Lord, if you are actually pleased with me, then I beg you, give me your weapon." Lord Shiva smiled. Ravana's lust for battle would prove to be his veritable destruction before long. And so saying, so be it, Lord Shiva raised his palm in benediction and immediately vanished from that very spot. Ravan then felt the mantras for invoking Lord Shiva's powerful Pashupata weapon, and those mantras appeared within his mind. Ravana smiled. Now, who could resist such power? Even he had been unable to overcome the powerful Shiva. That great deity was truly worthy of his worship. Everybody chant the Maha Mantra. So that shows us Lord Shiva's strength, that just with his toe he could keep Ravana captured for a long time. This one is the power of Lord Shiva. So this one is from Ramayana also. With a cheerful expression, Ram and Lakshman, everybody say, received the two hymns from the sage Vishvamitra. And when the instruction was complete, they rested for the night on the bank of the river, enjoying the cool breeze that wafted gently across the water. Shortly before dawn, Vishvamitra, who had remained awake in meditation all night, awoke the two princes, calling out to them, O Ram, Lakshman, O tigers among men, the sun now approaches the eastern horizon. Rise up now and perform your ablutions. We must proceed. The brothers immediately rose and bathed in the river. And after their prayers and meditations, they approached Vishvamitra, bowing at his feet. The sage, having bestowed blessings upon the boys, again led the way as the sun rose up another cloudless day. Soon they saw the river Ganges, where it met the river Sarayu. On the bank of the Ganges were many simple dwellings made from leaves and mud, in which there lived a community of sages. The two princes asked Vishvamitra about the hermitage. Vishvamitra, remembering the history of the site, laughed heartily and told them the story of how Cupid had once come to attack Lord Shiva at this very spot. A very long time ago, that god of love had a human form. On one occasion, he had been bold enough to fire his arrows of love at the unconquerable Shiva. The powerful Shiva, who had been absorbed in deep meditation at the hermitage, became infuriated and gazed at Cupid with his third eye. A searing flame shot out, reducing Cupid's bodies to ashes. From then on, Cupid became known as Ananga, the bodiless one, and the land there became known as Anga. So with his toe, he could defeat Ravan. Simply with his eye, third eye, he could defeat Cupid. Now, let's hear about Lord Shiva's compassion. It is said that this quality of compassion is one of the topmost of all qualities someone can exhibit. Just as we have Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is known as Karuna Avatar, the incarnation of compassion and mercy. Lord Shiva once was extremely compassionate. Hear this excerpt. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam in the 8th canto. There was once the occasion of the churning of the ocean of milk, the demons and the demigods made a truce, because Lord Vishnu, he gave the demigods some advice. Don't fight the demons now. You're not strong. Time is not on your side. Better you make a truce with them. And it was all Lord Vishnu's plan that they churned the ocean of milk in order to get the elixir of immortality. Unfortunately, that's not available at CVS. And it's certainly not part of Obamacare. But if anybody had that elixir, actually we do. We have the elixir of immortality. It's right here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. But the mass of people don't believe it. But you believe it, right?
Yes.
Jai. So let's hear about Lord Shiva's compassion. Shukadeva Goswami is speaking to Maharaj Parikshit. During the churning, the fish, the sharks, tortoises, and snakes were most agitated and perturbed. The entire ocean became turbulent, and even the large aquatic animals like whales, water elephants, crocodiles, and Timingala fish came to the surface. And while the ocean was being churned in this way, it first produced a fiercely dangerous poison called hala hala. O King Parikshit, when that uncontrollable poison was forcefully spreading up and down in all directions, all the demigods, along with Lord Vishnu himself, approached Lord Shiva in his form as Sada Shiva. Everybody say. Feeling unsheltered and very much afraid, they sought shelter of this Shiva. The demigods observed him sitting on the summit of Kailas hill with his wife Bhavani. And he was sitting there for the auspicious development of the three worlds. At that moment, he was being worshipped by great saintly persons desiring liberation. The demigods offered Lord Shiva their obeisances and prayers with great respect. Lord Shiva is always benevolent toward all living entities. And when he saw that they were very much disturbed by the poison, which was spreading everywhere, he was very compassionate. Thus he spoke to his eternal consort, Sati, as follows. My dear Bhavani, just see how all these living entities have been placed in danger because of the poison produced from the churning of the ocean of milk. It is my duty to give protection and safety to all living entities struggling for existence. Certainly, it is the duty of the Master to protect his suffering dependents. People in general, being bewildered by the illusory energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, are always engaged in animosity toward one another. But devotees, even at the risk of their own temporary lives, try to save them. In the Christian tradition, they have Lord Jesus as their compassionate incarnation, who came to deliver the fallen conditioned souls. We also have Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and even more so, we have our spiritual master, A.C. Bhaktivedanta, who came at the age of 69 on the verge of his 70th birthday on a boat, suffered 2 heart attacks just to come and create this. Look around you. This is the creation of our Srila Prabhupada, the most merciful, most wonderful. Srila Prabhupada ki. My dear gentle wife, notice how Lord Shiva speaks to his wife. Us men should take a hint from Lord Shiva. Not, yo, woman. No. My dear gentle wife, Bhavani, when one performs benevolent activities for others, the Supreme Lord, Hari, everybody say, Hari, is very pleased. And when the Lord is pleased, I am also pleased. So just think. Sometimes people ask, how come in your temple there are no devatas, demigods? Look at what Lord Shiva is saying. When the Lord is pleased, I am pleased. How do you please Lord Hari in this day and age? You simply chant his name and you please him. Let's please him. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. So now we know from his own lotus mouth, Lord Shiva says, when the Lord is pleased, I am pleased. So please always remember. Along with all other living creatures, therefore, let me drink this poison, for then all living entities may thus become happy because of me. After informing Bhavani in this way, Lord Shiva began to drink the poison, and Bhavani, who knew perfectly well the capabilities of her husband, gave him her permission to do so. Husbands, this is instructive. Happy wife means happy life. So, take permission. Thereafter, Lord Shiva, who was dedicated to auspicious benevolent work for humanity, compassionately took the whole quantity of poison in his palm and drank it. As if in defamation, the poison born from the ocean of milk manifested its potency by marking Lord Shiva's neck with a bluish line. That line, however, is now accepted as an ornament of the Lord. What do we call that? Nilakant, yes. Shukadeva Goswami continued, it is said that great personalities almost always accept voluntary suffering because of the suffering of people in general. This is considered the highest method of worshiping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, who is present in everyone's heart. Upon hearing of this act, everyone, including Bhavani, Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, and the people in general, very highly praised this deed performed by Lord Shiva, who is worshipped by demigods and who bestows benedictions upon the people. All right? Everybody chant the Maha Mantra.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So now we heard some pastimes, some incidents. Now the teachings of Lord Shiva. He's a great teacher. He has much to teach us because the Bhagavatam says, Vaishnavanam yatha Shambhu, the greatest devotee of Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva. So we are all devotees, and we learn how to be a devotee from other great devotees. So we can learn much from the this next one is my favorite. Of all the teachings of Lord Shiva, this is my personal favorite. Please repeat. Rama Rameti Rameti. Rame Rame Mano Rame. Sahasranama Vistulyang. Ramanama Varanane. Pretty good. Give yourselves a hand. You did a good job there. Excellent. Lord Shiva addressed his wife Durga, O Vara Anane. Now again, see how Lord Shiva speaks so nicely to his wife. O lovely-faced woman. You got to learn the art of flattery. It gets you everywhere. I know from personal experience. Flattery gets you, trust me. O lovely-faced woman, I chant the holy name Rama, Rama, Rama. You do it.
Rama, Rama, Rama.
And thus enjoy this beautiful sound. This holy name of Ramachandra is equal to 1,000 holy names of Lord Vishnu. So now you have some appreciation of this Maha Mantra. 4 times the name Ram is there. 8 times Radha's name is there. Everybody say Hare.
Hare.
And 4 times Krishna's name is there.
Krishna.
And 4 times Rama's name is there.
Rama.
1,000 names. And then there's another verse. 3 Ramas equal 1 Krishna. This is only one reason why it's called Maha Mantra. Or when I go to the high schools and colleges, I say the mantra on steroids. The Maha Mantra. Let's do it. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Now here's the next teaching of Lord Shiva. This is found in Srimad Bhagavatam. Satvang Vishuddhang Vasudeva Shabditang Yad Iyate Tratra Pumana Pavrita Satve Chatasmin Bhagavan Vasudevo Hyadoksajo Me Manasa Vadhiyate. Seems like Lord Shiva likes to teach his wife, because this is also when he's speaking to his wife. At that time, she was known as Sati. So Lord Shiva is explaining to his wife the condition of pure goodness, known as Shuddha Sattva, in which the Supreme Personality of Godhead is revealed without any covering, is called Vasudeva. Everybody say?
Vasudeva.
Okay, so it's Va, the short form. In that pure state, the Supreme Godhead, who is beyond the material senses and who is known as Vasudeva, is perceived by my mind. So Lord Shiva, he is the topmost devotee, and he's in this Shuddha Sattva state. Okay? Again, for some reason, all the examples, he's preaching to his wife. So this next one is one time there was an incident with a devotee named Chitraketu. So at this time, Chitraketu made some derogatory remarks when he saw Lord Shiva and Parvati sitting together, and Goddess Parvati cursed Chitraketu, you should become one demon. But then Lord Shiva was speaking to his wife. This Chitraketu is so powerful, he could have countered your curse, because you don't understand. He's actually a great devotee. But he's so great, he has accepted your curse, even though he's capable of nullifying it. So he spoke this verse. Let's see how we do on the Sanskrit. Are you ready?
Yes.
Oh, I like you.
Very good.
Narayana para sarve na kutaschana bibyati swarga pavarga narakeshu api tulyartha darshanaha. Little less that time, but still, you did all right. Lord Shiva tells Parvati, a person who is a devotee of Lord Narayan, everybody say,
Lord Narayan,
is not afraid of a hellish condition, because he or she considers hell the same as elevation to the heavenly planets or impersonal liberation. The devotees of Lord Narayan are accustomed to seeing all these things on the same level, because a devotee does not want to go to heaven, does not want to go to hell, does not want to become one with the Lord. What's a devotee? A devotee is one, I simply want service. I must do some service. That is the meaning of chanting Hare Krishna. When we are chanting, what are we saying? Oh Radha, oh Krishna, give me some service. Any insignificant service. So that's what a devotee wants. I must have some service. Here is another teaching, again to his wife, Goddess Durga. Let's see the Sanskrit. Aradhananang sarveshang Vishnor aradhanang param Tasmat paratarang devi Tadiyanang samarchanam. My dear Devi, although the Vedas recommend worship of demigods, the worship of Lord Vishnu is topmost. So this is, in ISKCON, this is another thing. We are worshiping on the topmost platform. However, now check this out. This is Lord Shiva. Don't argue with Mahadev. Above worship of Lord Vishnu. What? Above worship of Lord Vishnu is rendering service to devotees who are related to Lord Vishnu. That's why we have in this temple prominently situated Srila Prabhupada. We serve Srila Prabhupada, and Prabhupada taught us, Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasada, yasya prasada nagati kutopi. We are not so much worrying about satisfying Krishna. We are more interested in executing the order of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada wants us simply chant Hare Krishna. So who's chanting Hare Krishna? If your hands are not up, start chanting Hare Krishna. So we chant Hare Krishna, and then what does Prabhupada want us to do? He wants us to go out and give this to others. We have Prabhupada's books. We have our restaurant. We have our temple. We are meant to give Krishna to everyone. That's how we begin to repay what Prabhupada, that's all he wants us to do. Chant and then give it to others. All right, let's see if we have any more. I have a few more minutes. All right, this is the big verse. The big verse from the Brahma Samhita. This verse will give us an understanding of the relationship between Krishna and Lord Shiva. They have a relationship, but it's very nuanced. It's not black and white. It's very nuanced. It requires some brain. Shirang yata dati vikara vishesha yogat sanjayate natuktata pritag asti heto ya shambhutam apitata samupaiti karyad govindam adipurushang tamahang bhajami. So this is Lord Brahma, the topmost authority, the most intelligent being in the whole universe. So when Lord Brahma says something, take it. You can take it to the bank. Lord Brahma prays. He prays. Milk changes into yogurt when mixed with a yogurt culture. But actually, it is constitutionally nothing but milk. Similarly, Govinda, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, assumes the form of Lord Shiva, Shambhu, for the special purpose of material transactions. I offer my obeisances at Krishna's lotus feet. So, yogurt and milk. made of the same stuff, right? But you can't use yogurt the same way that you use milk. They're milk, they're equal, but they're not equal. Any problems with that? No. Very good. Let's all chant the Maha Mantra. I have 4 minutes, so let's chant the Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now you do it. You're pleasing Lord Shiva. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, may Lord Shiva bless us all that we can follow in his footsteps by being better and better devotees of Lord Krishna. And the only way to do that, keep chanting. One more time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. And now we will have more chanting, and we'll have the Abhishek. Thank you very much. And of course, don't forget the hardest part, honoring Prasadam. Haribo.